This time of year, you're going to hear so many people talking about how they need to get back on track, how their diet is going to start on Monday. Come January 1st, I'm going to throw all of this junk out of the house and I'm going to start fresh. I've heard this multiple times in the past few days. And today I actually heard this from somebody and they said, you know what, I'm actually just so sick and tired of eating like crap. I can't wait for, and then they were going to say January 1st, but they caught themselves. They're like, I just can't wait to just get all this stuff out of the house and just eat super clean. And I'm going to share my response and what I shared back to this person, because I think it's really important. Like, as someone who, I don't really consider myself a binge eating coach, but I guess you can say, I am a binge eating coach. Of course, help people with their relationship with food conquer binge eating by rewiring their brain. But I'm not your typical coach that's going to say, oh, like, it's fine to eat whatever you want. Like, just keep on eating chocolate whenever you want. Like, I am not that coach. I don't eat like crap. I don't want to feel like crap. And so I care about what I put in my body. And of course, I allow myself to eat the foods that I want, but I will not be the coach that tells you that it's fine to continue eating chocolate when you don't feel good. Like, you don't even want to feel that way. So when this person shared this with me, I gave them some tough love, and I'm going to shoot it straight to you because this is just what I said in my everyday life, and it just is what it is. So I said to this person, I said, well, the truth is, you don't have to say yes to the food that's in the house. And this might shock you because you might be like, but Lorna, like, I don't want to deprive myself. This is not about depriving yourself. There's a difference between I'm not feeling the best, I'm feeling bloated, and I don't want to be eating this way versus I really want the chocolate and I'm not going to allow myself. This person was saying that they're not feeling good. Like, their stomach's hurting them. They're gassy. Like, I don't feel good. And so I said to them, I said, well, realistically, I said, you don't need to throw all the chocolate away and start January 1st because that's actually going to backfire and that's actually going to be the worst thing that you can do. And it's not even realistic, right? It's not like you're never going to have chocolate again after January 1st. And by the way, if you're not yet inside of my free 3-day masterclass, your binge free year, I would really encourage you to join. I'm going to leave the link down below. This is where I'm actually going to share with you how to make 2026 the year that you become binge free and you eat like a badass who's fully in control. But I told this person, I said, there's nothing special about January 1st, but also you don't have to be like, oh, there goes my baby. 1 second. I'm back. So I told this person, I said, realistically, like, you don't have to eat the foods just because they're in the house. Like, and I shared them with them openly. I said, I have a healthy relation. Sorry, I didn't say I have a healthy relationship with food. I said, the food has also been in my house and I've also been to social events and I haven't, gone overboard. And yes, a huge reason why is obviously I've healed my relationship with food and I've rewired my brain so I don't feel impulsive when I'm around certain foods. But I shared that, like, we all have freedom of choice. And I said, I don't feel crappy. And this isn't to make people feel bad, you guys. I want to show you what is possible. So I got gifted this huge chocolate. It's called HU. I've actually never had it, but I've seen it in the superstore before, and I've heard other people have it. And I actually just had a few pieces of that today, and like that's what my body was craving. But it has like grass-fed milk. I didn't even know there was like grass-fed milk. That made me feel really good. I've had like my mom made this homemade organic blueberry pie that's like made with like an oat base, and that's what makes me feel really good. So like I stick to foods that make me feel really good. And it's freedom of choice. This is why I talk about freedom of choice, not food freedom. I actually did a podcast episode on this, but when you have freedom of choice, you can have whatever food's in the house. You can go to social events and be around all of whatever foods, but only choose to eat the foods that you genuinely want to eat / that make you actually feel good. A healthy relationship with food is not eating foods that make you feel like crap all the time. Like, yes, of course, it's the holidays. Yes, you're going to be eating foods that maybe are different. But number one, definitely don't get into the mindset like January 1st, you got to start fresh, because that's the worst mindset to have. But also number two, remember that you are actually in the driver's seat of your food choices. And I want you to start believing in yourself, because I freaking believe in you, like so big. Like you are in the driver's seat. Stop telling yourself, I don't have control. Stop telling yourself, I don't have trust. Like, stop telling yourself that. You have freedom of choice. You are in the driver's seat of your food choices. And nobody is telling you to eat the 5 cookies, right? Of course, if you have urges, it's not going to feel like you're the one eating the 5 cookies. It's going to feel like this out-of-body experience where like something outside of you is just continuing to go back for more. But why I'm sharing this with you is because, first of all, I want to show you what's possible when you have a healthy relationship with food. You don't have this mindset like, you know, starting January 1st, I'm starting fresh. Like, I can confidently say that I did not overeat at all. And I've had back-to-back social events. I think I literally had probably 7 in the past little bit. And I've left every single social event feeling completely satisfied. And actually, I've ended off the majority of the social events for the ones that were recently with a nice cup of bone broth. And I wake up the next morning hungry for breakfast. I don't wake up feeling hungover from the food that I ate or bloated or inflamed. Like, I feel so good. And I actually haven't even been doing some workouts because I'm still recovering from giving birth not too long ago. But you don't have to feel like crap this time of year. Just because everyone else is, you know, going to be like, oh my gosh, I ate so much, or I overate, or whatever. Like, you don't have to be that person. There's a reality where you feel so good, even when you have 7 social events back to back, even when you're surrounded by all this food, you still get to feel so good. And you get to live a reality where it doesn't matter how many social events you go to, you don't overeat because you've rewired your brain. And so I'm just sharing like a real life conversation that I had with this person. Obviously, this person has a healthier relationship with food, but still, like, I think it's important to just shoot it straight and also be radically honest with you guys. Like, nobody is telling you that you have to go and eat all of the foods in your house if you don't feel good, right? So there's a very big difference. And let me be clear. If you are craving something, eat it, because that's what's going to help you have less urges. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you know that you already feel like crap. Maybe you've been gassy. Maybe you've been farting up a freaking storm. You've been in the bathroom. Your stomach hurts. You're bloated. No one's telling you to continue eating those foods. Oh, honey. Shh. Nobody's telling you to continue eating those foods, right? Like, this is where you got to step into your badass to say, I'm not depriving myself by saying no to these foods right now. I'm not feeling the best. That is not restriction. What's restriction is you really want the leftover pie that's in the fridge, but you think to yourself, you probably shouldn't have it because Christmas is over and I probably shouldn't eat it. That's deprivation. You're not honoring your cravings, and you're going to have urges, and you're going to end up overdoing it, or at least binging. Compared to, I'm not feeling the best. And the badass version of myself wants to feel good. She takes good care of herself. She eats until she's comfortably satisfied. And I'm feeling bloated right now. I'm a little bit gassy, and my higher self, the badass version of myself, isn't going to continue making myself feel like crap. So maybe it's not the best idea that I have this pie. Maybe it's not the best idea that I have this cookie right now. That's actually a healthy relationship with food. That's you stepping into the driver's seat of your food choices. So don't confuse that with restriction. This is such an important conversation. You don't have to feel like crap. You get to feel so good in your own skin. You got to eat like a badass who's fully in control. And I'm so excited about the free 3-day masterclass that I'm doing about making 2026 the year that you eat like a badass who's in control and you make it your binge-free year, because man, oh man, do you ever get to feel so good. You got to feel so freaking good. You got to completely eliminate your urges. Stop eating when you're satisfied, comfortably full. Doesn't even matter how many social events you've attended or what's in the house. Like you're just somebody who eats like somebody who respects herself, which means when you're not feeling the best, you don't just say, oh, well, I'm not feeling good, so I'm going to continue eating like crap. You're like, I don't feel the best, so I'm going to maybe have more nutritious foods. But also you're going to get to a point eventually where you don't even feel like crap because you just know your body so well that you just say no effortlessly to the foods that don't make you feel good, and it doesn't feel restrictive at all. You don't even have any urges. That's where I want you to be. So I wanted to share this conversation with you because there will be so many people that walk into the office that are complaining, oh my God, I ate so much. Diet starts tomorrow. I've literally heard this so many times, like diet starts on Monday, ha ha ha. And I'm like, I'm just over here like, well, you don't have to start anything over again when you have a healthy relationship with food. Like you're always going to feel like you have to restart something until you actually fix the relationship with food that's broken. You have to work on your relationship with food. You have to rewire your brain. You have to eliminate your urges, because when you do, you'll be that person with the biggest smile on your face being like, there's nothing to restart, because you've just been consistent, but not consistent in terms of like, okay, I'm trying really hard to be good. It's like just being consistent with eating foods that make you feel good and honoring your cravings. Like that's what I mean by being consistent. Like you don't even have to try. It's just like you literally can't eat foods that just make you feel like crap. Like you have no desire. You have no desire to eat past fullness because you've gotten your fullness cues back, and it's like you literally cannot eat past fullness. You're like you just can't. And that's real freedom. So wherever you are on your journey, if you're hearing people talk about, oh my God, come January 1st, I need to restart my diet, like don't fall into that trap. But also don't be that person that says that. And don't be the person that thinks you got to clear out your kitchen, throw all the leftovers and stuff, because that's not a realistic solution. That's just like a Band-Aid solution. But then, a month from now, there's going to be other foods in your house. And then what are you going to do? Until you actually heal your relationship with those foods and you rewire your brain so you don't have any urges, that's when you're actually going to be able to be surrounded by whatever foods you want, and no matter what, not feel like crap. So I will see you inside of the free 3-day masterclass, your binge-free year, so you can make 2026 the year that you eat like a badass who's fully in control. And I am so pumped.